right, welcome race fans here to the Dogs of Endurance racing here on Sunday afternoon. These guys have been getting right after it out here. They are getting ready to go qualifying. So hopefully you guys do enjoy the show here today. It should be a good one. A multi-class field. Great bunch of drivers. I'm telling you, these guys really know how to drive these road courses. But let's watch these guys as they do turn some qualifying laps. They've got about 10 minutes here to turn some laps. So let's watch them. All right, time's coming in here, and it looks like Brett Barron's on the top right now with a 1 minute 44, 135. So very good time. Herring coming in with a 44, 140. So very, very close on that. Multi-class cars that they are running today. Let's kind of take a look at them here real quick. All right, in the HPD, Brett Barons and Dog running the HPD today. Star Mazda, only Crusher running the Star Mazda. The MP4, Brian Herring running the MP4, the McLaren. The SK Modifieds, these are the SKs, not the Tour Modified. They are the SKs, the slower one. Kevin Smith, Jeremy Smith, and Layla Wilson running them. And the Cadillac, Jimmy Eifling, Michael Denton, and of course I'm not in the race, but so a little bit of a mix-up of the classes in the field here today. So going to be a pretty good race, I believe. These guys have been practicing. Last night they ran 2.5 hours here. They had a few incidents. I think I heard about one major one, nothing else other than that, just a lot of little minor incidents off track and stuff, tapping the wall. Hopefully we don't see a lot of that today, but I'll try to keep you up to date on everything and see if we have to, we'll go back and review something if we miss something. Looking here real quick. All right, Brett and Dog running the HPDs. Crusher, the Star Mazda. The McLaren, Brian Herring, the only one driving the McLaren. Kevin Smith, Jeremy Smith, and Layla Wilson all running the SK Modifieds. And saying that they're a lot of fun out on the track. They're not really made for right-hand turns, but if you do a little bit of adjusting on them, they're actually not too bad. And Jimmy Eifling and Michael Dunton running the Cadillacs. I think this is going to be a good race. Running 90 minutes here at Daytona Road. Actually, one of my favorite tracks, kind of like Daytona Road. You do get a little bit of time up on the actual race surface of the oval, so quite a bit of time. You do get some good speeds. All right, coming up on the end here, about 45 seconds left of practice. All right, that's going to do it for qualifying. So we'll get down here now and watch these guys as they get ready to line up, and we'll give you a little bit of a rundown here where everybody's going to be starting. as Brett Behrens takes the pole in the HPD. So good job by him with a 1 minute 40.259. So good lap for him. Brian Herring taking second place in the number 9. Dog taking third place, the other HPD that's out there today. Good run for Dog. Jimmy Eifling in the Cadillac taking fourth. Michael Denton in the Cadillac, not on the grid yet. Crusher, the only Star Mazda out there today, starting sixth. Kevin Smith in seventh. In the SK Modifieds, Jeremy Smith in the SK Modifieds. Layla Wilson not on the track yet, but she'll also be in the SK Modified. Albin Norberg, good to see Albin back out there in the 032, starting 10th. Josh Ulmer in the Cadillac, starting back here in 11th, did not qualify. So let's get back up here to our leader as they're getting ready to get this thing off and rolling here. This will be a rolling start. I said Brett, I meant Bert. I'm sorry. Sorry, Bert. Bert Behrens, folks, leading them off around here. Our pole sitter. Very good lapping turn. Man, that was just absolutely awesome there in the HPD. Not one of my favorite cars to run, but it is a lot of fun. You see these things do hold the track pretty well, so let's see if Brian Herring can hang with these guys there in the McLaren. We'll be starting on the outside pole. Jimmy Eifling there with a Cadillac, man, what a qualifying time he laid down. Great to see him up there with these guys, mixing it up in the Cadillac. Enter the backstretch there of the actual track itself of the oval. You'll see them coming around here, and they're going to be getting ready to take the green flag here in just a minute, folks. So get ready, because this is going to get fun. right, pace car is off. Burt takes the green flag, and we're off and rolling here at Daytona Road with the Dogs of Endurance. These guys are all about the endurance races too. They're talking about, they still haven't, I don't think they've still got all the issues worked out yet. Talking about a 5-hour race, man, that would be awesome to see. And man, I would love to broadcast it. It would be a long broadcast, but it'd be awesome to see it. All right, Burt's still leading as of yet, and guys are starting to mix it up a little bit behind him. Brian Herring in second. In the McLaren doing a great job hanging with Burt up front there. Dog still in third. In the HPD, he's got a couple of fast Cadillacs right behind him. Things wound up going down that back stretch, and they got to come into the bus stop here. Bus stop slows them up quite a little bit. A lot of hard braking coming into this bus stop. Jimmy Eifling gets passed up by Michael Denton. Michael Denton moves into fourth now, so great job by him in the Cadillac. Crusher back here, only Star Mazda driver today, running in the sixth place. And then we've got all the other guys in the back here. Kevin Smith in the SK Modified, getting passed up by Albin Norberg. Jeremy Smith running in 10th. Layla Wilson, they get a little bit of passing here, so. Not sure why I didn't have Albin in there, but because I got him before he come in. Kevin Smith running in 9th. Back up here to our leader. Our leader, Brett Barron's, still leading them around. We got a little bit squirrely coming out of the bus stop that time. Got quite a bit of a lead over second place, 2.7 seconds. Back to Dog in second. But Dog getting passed up now by, oh, wait a minute. Dog in second. Might have been in second temporarily. Brian Herring should be our second place driver. That was just when they crossed the line. Yeah, there we go. Dog going back to fourth. That puts Michael Denton in third in the Cadillac. Takes a wide swing. Oh man, that could have been costly to him right there if he would have slipped off into the grass. Those cars don't handle good in the grass. These things are made for blacktop or concrete, not grass. They'd make a heck of a lawnmower. Oh, we got one. Jimmy Eifling off of the track. Gets it back going, but he's going to lose a couple of positions. See him hard on them brakes. You see them brake rotors glow. Really hard on the brakes here. John Ulmer passes him up, so John will move into the fifth place. also running into Cadillac. Crusher back here all by himself in the Star Mazda. Looks like he's having a pretty good day. Having a lot of fun. Gonna be the winner of his class no matter what, because he's the only one running the Star Mazda today. And this is what it's all about, running in your own class. So doing a great job. Back here, check on Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith, the last one on the lead lap right now, 41 seconds behind our leader in the SK Modified. I'm sorry, he's not the last one. I take that back. Crusher is the last one. Crusher must have had some issues or something there with that Star Mazda. He may be just a little bit slower than these SK Modifieds. Oh, and he spins it out. Not having a good day. Crusher just not having a good day here. Finding out that thing is very loose in the turns. Might not have that thing adjusted just where he's happy with it. So they will have. He may make some adjustments during pit stop. And the guys, this is going to have to be a couple of pit stops in this race today. They've got the fuel adjusted and stuff to where they will have to make 2 pit stops. All right, Layla Wilson back here in 10th. Layla, the only female in the race today, and looks like she's having a blast out here driving that SK Modified in the number 052. Let's get down there a little closer and check out that car, because that's an awesome looking car. Whoops, not that view. That is an awesome looking car though. Nice looking car there, Layla. Kevin Smith back here in 9th. Jeremy Smith in 8th. I believe those, I think Jeremy said they were brothers, so Jeremy and Kevin. Albin now up to 7th, running the McLaren today. Did not make the qualifying. Had to start in the back of the field, trying to work himself back up here, 30 seconds behind our leader, but still running good. Jimmy Eifling in 6th. John Ulmer 5th. Dog running in 4th. Trying to work over that back bumper there of Michael Denton. Gets a great run and gonna maybe move into the 3rd place as they're drag racing down the backstretch here. A Cadillac just really, really fast for a Dog to get by. Michael Denton really wheeling this Cadillac around, doing a great job. We may see a change of position there eventually, but Dog's struggling a little bit right now with him at HPD. If he can get a run on him, he may be able to pass him up, and he gets a little bit squirrely out of the turn that time. And that's allowing here John Ulmer to close up on him. Boy, I mean to tell you, John has really been wheeling that Cadillac around here, doing a super job of it. Snap-on tools. Nice looking Cadillac. Now it looks like he does get a good run on Dog and going to pass Dog up. So Cadillac's starting to prove to be just a bit much for those HPDs out there today. Dog does get passed up, and we'll go back to 5th now as John Ulmer gets by him. All right, Jimmy Eifling's starting to reel these guys in a little bit, 25 seconds behind their leader. Jimmy actually running 3rd in his class today. We got one off the track there. It'll look like the Star Mazda. Got it rolling again though. Crusher. Let's take a look here and see if we can find Crusher on the track. Now he's on pit road. Well, let's go back and take a look at what happened to Crusher. He spins that thing out across the grass. Oh, he gets spun by Layla. Oh, no. Not good. I want to go back and take a look at that a little bit further, but Crusher has taken his car off the track. All right, we'll go back here from Layla's point of view and watch. Maybe. Nope, I guess not. All right, well, guess we don't get to see that one, folks. The replay is not working on that one for some reason. Anyhow, Layla running in 9th. Crusher going to be way back. The only one that was out there today in the Star Mazda. And it looks like he has taken his car behind pit road. Jeremy Smith up ahead of these, running in the top spot of these, the SK Modifieds today, doing a heck of a good job. Layla got by Kevin Smith, but Kevin now passing up Layla, coming out of the turns. Wow, Layla dives down to get a little bit of draft off of him. As those two come back alive here. Coming up about 15 minutes into this race, and we're already seeing these guys closely battling. Layla running the MRN car today. And she's got the leader coming right up on her tail here. And the leader passes her like she's standing still in that SK Modified. She gives him plenty of room, though. Burt Barron's our leader. And he is up there by about 8 seconds over Brian Herring here today. Man, Brian doing a great job, though, in the McLaren. He's got some fast guys behind him, but boy, he's doing a great job here, staying up in 2nd. John Ulmer in 3rd, and Dog still hanging in his draft, trying to outdrive that Cadillac in all the turns. And you know, truth be known, that HPD could do it. Well, I'm telling you, John Ulmer is just wheeling that Cadillac. Top of his class right now. Dog trying to work him over. looking for any angle he can to get back by Ulmer. Pretty much mirroring every move that Ulmer makes to try to stay in his draft. Going through the bus stop now. Losing a little ground to the Cadillac, but he should be able to reel him back in here in some of the turns. I think the HPDs are just a little bit better in the turns than the Cadillacs, but boy, I'm going to tell you what, Ulmer is pulling away now. Dog hung with him just as long as he possibly could. And now Ulmer just driving the heck out of that Cadillac, trying to get stay up here. He's only 20 seconds behind the leader, which really isn't that far. And that's great for the Cadillac. Michael Denton back here in 5th. Only 30 seconds behind our leaders, still on the lead lap. We've only got the only ones that are laps down now is the SK Modified, Jeremy Smith, Kevin Smith, and Layla Wilson. But running in their own class, so that's all that matters. Jimmy Eifling in 6th, running real well today. Third in his class, Jimmy Eifling is right now in the Cadillac. Only 3 Cadillacs out there today, but he's still running very well. Albin Norberg still working that McLaren, trying to get caught up to this field. 47 seconds behind the leader. And that's only second in his class. There's only 2 of them in that class. Brian Herring running the McLaren as well. Thick and Cadillacs sound awesome. Sound really good. Michael Denton got some lap traffic now to get by the SK Modifieds. We'll be coming up on the tail end of them real quick. 3 of the SK Modifieds all running together. They're pretty tight. Michael Denton gets a good run getting by Layla Wilson now. Putting Layla a lap down. She's been a lap down, but a lap down to Michael Denton. Michael running in the 5th spot. Now he gets a run to go by, I believe that's Kevin Smith that he just got done passing. And now he's trying to reel in Jeremy Smith. Albin Norberg coming around here, still running in 7th now in the McLaren. Now he's almost a minute behind the leader, which would put him getting close to a lap down, only about maybe 40, 50 seconds from going a lap down. About a half a lap behind our leader. Jeremy Smith in 8th. Kevin Smith in 9th. And Layla Wilson in 10th. Leader still up here in the HPD, doing a great job. Leader of his class, leader of the race. He's having a blast up here. Nobody immediately pressuring him. Second place, Brian Herring's now 6.97 seconds behind Burt right here. I don't know why I keep saying Brett. Sorry about that, Burt. I'll get over it. By the end of the race, I'll have it all figured out. Burt Behrens. I told him before the race it sounded like a race car driver. That's a race car driver's name, Burt Behrens. Good to see him running so well up front there. Go back here and check on Brian Herring. Brian was very fast last night. I was watching him. And he runs really good. I think he really likes this McLaren. It is a blast to drive. The good thing about these is they're not open wheel really, and they take a little bit of a hit, and it doesn't like really knock things out of whack. So a lot of good can come out of that. John Ulmer in 3rd in the Snap-on Cadillac, running good, going through the bus stop like it was nothing, piece of cake. 12 seconds back to Dog. Now Dog's kind of pretty much lost the draft of him, and no help there. So now he's on his own, trying to reel in anybody he can. But still running in 4th, 40 seconds behind the leader. But Michael Denton is reeling him in. Michael back here in the Cadillac is reeling him in. Michael Denton running 2nd in his class. Jimmy Eifling in 6th. About 53 seconds behind our leader, and it's only about 12 seconds back to Albin Norberg. Albin Norberg's starting to close in on him just ever so slightly. Albin having a pretty good day here. Didn't make qualifying, but is in here for the race. And Albin a pretty good driver, so definitely one to watch here, as he knows how to negotiate this Daytona road race. I'm telling you, he's pretty good at about any of the road tracks. Jeremy Smith still running very well here in the SK Modified. But now he's got his brother Kevin creeping up behind him. Only about a second and a half back to Kevin. Breathing down his neck coming around these turns. Jeremy definitely leading that class so far. Kevin really starting to reel him in. Now down to 1.2 seconds behind Jeremy. "14 seconds back of Kevin is Layla Wilson. Back here having a little bit of trouble negotiating some of these turns. These cars are just not made for right-hand turns, folks. Not made for them. Pretty good on left-hand turns, but not made for right-hand turns. But definitely a challenge. These guys love it. They're having a blast out here with these. That's what it's all about. And Crusher, not on the track, has taken that Star Mazda behind pit road, calling it a day. Michael Denton still trying to work on catching Dog. Not far behind Dog now. I would put Dog back to 5th place. Dog will be running 2nd in his class today. Burt Barron's up front, leading the class in the HPD and leading the race. He is wheeling that thing around the track today. Good to see him out there running as good as he is. I don't know Burt, but I'd like to get to know him. He seemed like a really nice gentleman there. I was talking to him just before the race, and we were talking about how I pronounced his last name. I didn't realize the H was kind of pretty much silent, so it's Barons. Burt Barons. You know, I got to poke at you a little bit there, Burt. A great run out there today, Burt. All right, Brian Herring's still hanging on, 8.4 seconds behind our leader. That HPD is really fast up front there, Burt's. Seems like he's quite a bit faster on the straightaways, but Brian was, man, he was really reeling them in. And now he's losing a lot of ground to him on this the straightaways. Brian can make up a lot of ground in the turns and stuff, but loses time on the speed on the straightaways. So his fastest lap was a 1:44, and Burt's was a 1:43. So last lap was a 1:45, and so was Brian. So they ran about equal time. Actually, Brian's was faster. Boy, look how much time he closed up on him, 8.3 seconds. And he was over 10 there just a minute ago, but this is where he loses his time right here, is on these straightaways, because that HPD is so much faster. I mean, he just loses a ton of time. John Ulmer back here 33 seconds behind the leader in the Cadillac, but boy, I'm telling you what, he is really running well. Dog still in 4th. And some of these guys are going to have to make pit stops here probably before too much longer. We're coming down to 1 hour into this race. still running in 5th in the Cadillac now, a long way back of Dog. Don't know what happened there. Well, let's get up here and check. Now running 12 seconds behind Dog. Must have lost a lot of ground to him. He may have spun or slipped or something. I didn't catch it. Sorry about that. I can't see everything that goes on in the track. All right, getting back up here to these guys. It looks like Michael Denton's still back here quite a little ways behind Dog, 14 seconds behind Dog. Losing a lot of ground to Dog. Dog running second in his class. Burt Barron's the leader of that class and the leader of the race, still dominating here today. Michael Denton in 5th. Jimmy Eifling in 6th. Closing up on Michael Denton a little bit there because he had lost a lot of ground to him. Excuse me. Now starting to reel him in a little bit. Alvin Norberg in 7th. Kevin Smith in 8th. Smith now in 9th, as Kevin did get by him for that position. Layla's still back here in 10th position, running 3rd in her class in the SK Modifieds. I think it'd be cool if they ran the Tour modified. Man, it would be really fast. Layla maybe topping out about 136, 137. Not the fastest car out there, but probably the most fun because, like I said, they're not made for right-hand turns. Oh, we got some guys on pit road now. The two brothers stopping. Looks like Crusher's sitting on pit road trying to get that damage fixed up. And John Ulmer on pit road in the Snap-on Cadillac, making first pit stop of the day. And that puts Dog up in third now. Takes quite a long time to fill these cars up with fuel. Don't see any tire changing going on. Ulmer away. Jeremy and Kevin both still sitting on pit road. Albin Norberg still in the 7th position in the McLaren. Let's see, he's running second in his class. Brian Herring in second, the only other McLaren out there today, and doing a super great job up there in second spot, man, I'm telling you. Eifling into 5th. Dog still in 4th. I think that's right. John Ulmer's back in 5th now. Brian Herring in 2nd spot. About 13.5 seconds behind our leader. So we're starting to see the lead dwindle down just a little bit. Herring's starting to pick up some speed. Let's get up here to our leader. We may be seeing him come down pit road here maybe before too much longer. And he goes by John Ulmer there pretty quick. That Cadillac no match for that HPD. And Layla Wilson on pit road. Let's check out Layla Wilson here. The first time she's been on pit road today. Looks like she may be doing some tire changing. Yes, sir. We've got somebody else coming down pit road here as well. Looks like Brian Herring coming down pit road now. He comes to a screeching halt into his pit stall. "50 minutes left in this race here, folks. They were doing a 90-minute race. Layla's still on pit road, getting fuel, tires, getting ready to roll out, and she does. Now up to the 8th position as some of these other folks, well, she'll be 10th again after they roll out. And it looks like Crusher has permanently taken his car behind pit road now. He was sitting on pit road there for a little bit, trying to get some of that damage fixed up, but he must have just decided to give up on it, or maybe it was just too much damage to get fixed up, not sure. Dog coming up on the back of Layla here. Dog running in 2nd now. has not pitted yet, but he is second behind our leader. He'll be second when they cross the line. Looks like maybe because Brian Herring pitted. And Dog still has not pitted yet, and I'm kind of looking for him to pit here before much longer. He's running 71 seconds behind the leader. Only 3 of them on the lead lap now. Brian Herring in third place, being the last one on the lead lap. Yeah. The first one running the McLaren. Brian Herring really not that far behind Dog. About 4 or 5 seconds. Jimmy Eifling now up into the fourth with the Cadillac. I don't believe Jimmy's been on pit road yet either. Oh yes, he did. He was on pit road. He's actually running in the 5th spot as John Ulmer got by him. Once he crosses the line here, he will be in the 5th spot. But John Ulmer leading that class in the Cadillac. Jimmy Eifling second, Michael Dunton third in that class now. Michael Denton had a 60-second pit stop. Wow. Right, Albin Norberg now showing him in 6th. Michael Denton back in 7th. Kevin Smith in 8th. Top of his class here in the SK Modifieds. His brother Jeremy Smith not far behind him. Those two have been pretty much running together and pitting together and everything. Albin gets by him. Good clean passes by these guys. You'll see these guys race around each other quite a bit and do trust each other a lot. So, I got to say a lot for these guys driving out here. Layla Wilson still running in 10th. She gets a little bit loose going into turn 1. I managed to say that braking just not probably one of the best things on a road course for these SK Modifieds. They're really not set up for good braking technique. You see her trying to steer that thing. Let's ride along with Layla here for a minute and we'll watch her drive this one. And it looks like her steering is a little bit messed up, so she must have hit something. Riding here with Jeremy Smith. His steering messed up just a touch too. Of course, he is in the turn. You hear that thing dragging and oh man. I was watching these guys yesterday and we've seen a lot of sparks coming off of these things. Oh, and his brother Kevin getting out of shape right there. Gets it back going, but man, that was close. Let's go back and take a look at that. Kevin getting really loose in one of the turns here. Maybe struggling with a little bit of steering condition himself. Looks like he does spin it out here going into the turn, so let's watch this. Runs over, catches that grass, and just loops it around. Oh, man. All right, getting back up here live. Denton running in 7th right now in the Cadillac, and he is third in his class right now behind John Ulmer and Jimmy Eifling. Brian Herring back up into 2nd as he did get past Dog. Dog goes back to 3rd. Dog still has not pitted, so neither one of the HPDs have pitted yet. The leader has not pitted, and neither has Dog in 3rd place, so HPDs not pitting yet. We're going to take a quick break. We will be right back with you. All right, welcome back here as we see Dog coming down pit road now for the first time today. And our leader has also been on pit road while we were away. Sorry about that, folks. Let's see, he's back off of pit road now and back up to speed. But let's watch Dog here as he takes his pit stop. Michael Denton on pit road. It looks like Michael got some damage on that front of that car. Let's take a look at that. Man, I don't know, he must have hit something. He has got some damage on the front of that. Can't quite see it, but there's a lot of damage on the front part of that car, as we'll see when he probably won't get. He gets to pull out. Must have hit something. wheel sticking right out past the fender, so he must have hit something pretty hard. I wonder if we could go back and find what he hit. Maybe. Still have not found it. Let's go back a little further. No, I guess we're not going to find it. He may have been back too far where he had hit something. So getting back up here, Albin Norberg running in the 6th position now. He picked up a spot getting by Michael Denton. Got Brian Herring coming up his tailpipe here. Brian second out here in the McLaren. Them two, wow. Albin Norberg goes a lap down, and second place getting by him. Brian Herring, second place, 24 seconds behind our leader. Well, let's get up here and check on our leader. Running the HPD today, Burt Behrens, showing the way here today, has led all the laps so far, led the whole race, top in his class in the HPD and leader of the race. Michael Denton still sitting on pit road, trying to get some of that damage fixed up. It looks like Layla Wilson may be still sitting on pit road. Let's go back here and check on Layla. Yes, she's still sitting on pit road trying to get some damage fixed up as well. That's unfortunate for these two to be running like that, but having issues that early in the race. Brian Herring negotiating the bus stop very well, very fast through them bus stops. Watch Brian come into the first turn here. Be hard on the brakes to negotiate this first turn. Barron's starting to come up on the back of Dog to put Dog another lap down, or put him one lap down, excuse me. He's running into 4th place, still on the lead lap, but barely, as our leader is coming up on his tail really, really fast. Burt just showing, man, he's just fast here today. He does get by Dog and puts Dog one lap down. All right, Jimmy Eifling in the Cadillac. Second place to John Ulmer in his class, running 5th overall. So Jimmy having a pretty good day here. Didn't start out real great, but we've got Albin Norberg on pit road now. So let's go back and check on Albin here. Him sitting on pit road. Looks like Layla Wilson is back out. Michael Denton's still on pit road, trying to get that damage fixed up. Man, has he got a ton of damage too. Not sure if they're going to be able to get all of that fixed, but hopefully the cosmetic changes of it, does affect it does affect the aerodynamics of and the driving. So. Albin Norberg back away, still staying in the 6th spot. He stopped on pit road. Something's wrong, and Buddy's back going again. All right. Kevin Smith in 7th, and his brother Jeremy right behind him. Those two been having a great battle between them two. Coming down to the 30-minute mark left in this race today. Been a pretty good, fun race to watch. Michael Denton now back to 9th. And Layla Wilson in 10th. She may pass him up as she is coming around. Yes, she does. She passes him now. And that puts Layla into the 9th place, 3rd in her class, behind Kevin and Jeremy. Bus stop just not a good place. These cars do not make right turns very well. But she negotiated that bus stop very good. Don't remember who it was there before the race. They said that driving these cars on this track, I think it was Jeremy Smith told me, he said it's like Tokyo Drift around these turns. Uh-oh, Layla coming down pit road. Something's still not right with that car. Going to come down and maybe try to get it fixed up a little more. Coming down to her pit stall. Jeremy in 8th, Kevin in 7th, Albin now up to 6th, Jimmy Eifling in 5th, Brian Herring passing him, negotiating around him really well. These guys give lots of room to each other. Respect out here on the track does mean a lot when road course is tough enough, and you got to make sure that you do run well here to stay up into the heat of everything. And making sure that you do give people plenty of room here to pass. Dog running in the 4th spot. Dog having a great day, man. I'm proud of him. Proud of you there, Dog. Doing a heck of a good job in that HPD. John Ulmer, man, he has just been awesome in this Cadillac today. Still hanging on in 3rd. Very fast. And still on the lead lap. 42 seconds behind the leader, but still on the lead lap. He may not ever go a lap down today if with less than 30 minutes left in this race, and he's still only 42 seconds behind our leader. He is really running the wheels off that Cadillac. stop like that. Man, he did it like almost like it was a straight stretch right there. He just went zip, zip, zip right around that turn, just as easy as pie. He's running about 22 seconds behind second place Brian Herring. Brian, man, he is just really running well. He is reeling in the leader just a little bit, but I don't think there's enough race left here unless the leader really makes a mistake. Brian Herring's going to finish second overall, top of his class though, and that's what it's going to take. Albin Norberg, the only other one out there running the McLaren today, running clear back in sixth. He's a couple of laps down, so no threat to Brian Herring here today. And Burt Barron's out front. Burt, you don't get much camera time when you're out there stinking up the show, Burt. Layla Wilson back out on the track. She gives plenty of room to her leader. Leader goes by. She's running the SK Modified. Been on pit road a couple extra times, trying to figure out what's the matter with that car. She might be making some adjustments on it to make it better, but I just don't know. You handle them like they are. They're not made for right-hand turns, like I keep saying. I try to repeat myself, but this is not a right-hand turning car. As you can see, all the weight shifted to the left, and they're just not made for that right-hand turn. Layla's still having a good day out here, running 9th overall, but 3rd in her class. Jeremy Smith in 8th. Behind his brother Kevin. Those two have been having a ball battling each other, and that is 4th position. And they're not that far apart. They're running about 4 laps down overall. That 1st and 2nd in the class. Albin Norberg still running in 6th. Comes up on Jimmy Eifling now. Eifling running 5th in the Cadillac. Dog still running in 4th, not really that far ahead of them two. Dog, watching him steer around this track. Watch the smoothness of this ability that he has to drive this HPD today. A lot of horsepower in these little buggers. his concentration, making sure that he is hitting his marks correctly. He is just full of concentration today. Dog up here in fourth. John Ulmer just really dominating here today in the Cadillac class. Man, I'm telling you, he has shown the way here. Still staying on the lead lap. Still staying 41 seconds behind the leader in the Cadillac. Keeping up with the McLaren and the HPD that are running up front there. Brian Herring in second. And our leader, Burt Behrens. Burt Behrens has led every lap so far, coming down to the 21-minute mark here left in the race. This has been a lot of fun. I really enjoy broadcasting. This track is just amazing to watch. Looks like we've got a couple folks that have went behind pit road. Layla Wilson, Michael Denton, and Crusher all behind pit road now. I think Layla figured out that she just couldn't do nothing more with that car today, and that's going to put her out of the race. So that's unfortunate. It was good to see her out there. From what I understand, she wasn't feeling good today. A little ill, a little under the weather, but glad she could make it and at least have a little bit of fun. I know that's kind of a lot to say when you're not feeling good. Fun's one of the last things you want to think about. So. Glad to see her out there, though. Good job, Layla. Coming in the 9th spot overall. And she'll be 3rd in her class, but 9th overall. Good run today. All right, Brian running about 22 seconds behind the leader back here. And the McLaren, boy, he is really having a good time out here and been doing so well. All day long he's been hanging there in the 2nd spot. Brian, definitely one of the premier drivers in the... did I say premier? Yeah, I guess I would be premier. Premier drivers in the league. So definitely one, a voice to be reckoned with no matter what he drives out here. Always likes to drive something fast, and he's got a good fast one under him today. All right, John Ulmer in 3rd. Dog still running in 4th, 1 lap down, but 4th and 2nd in his class. Burt Behrens running the HPD as well and been leading the whole race. So Dog no match for him out there today, but 2nd in his class. Man, that's a great run, Dog. Keep it up, buddy. Keep it up. 19 minutes and 20 seconds to go right now. Good job. Jimmy Eifling in 5th spot overall, running 2nd in his class behind John Ulmer. And now he's got Albin Norberg creeping up his tailpipe. Like Albin may be able to get by him here on this stretch because he's a little faster than the Cadillac. I'm sorry, my bad. I thought the McLarens were a little faster. Them Cadillacs are really something out there, I'm telling you. They are pretty fast. Oh, and we got Denton off of the track. Let Denton That was John Ulmer was off the track. Well, let's go check and see what happened to John there. Yeah, man, he was way off of the track. Let's go back and take a look at that. Oh, he just slid it through. Go back just a little further here and we'll watch and see. Comes out of it. Looks like he might have just overdrove that bus stop. Overbroke it maybe, that's what happened. Oh, and he hit the wall. Gonna have a ton of damage on that car right front with a lot of damage. Oh man, too bad, John. John running in the third spot, still is running third, still on the lead lap. Hopefully that didn't affect his steering too much. Let's ride on board and see what his steering looks like right now. His steering seems to be okay. Maybe just a little bit of a toe knocked out, but not much. Seems to be okay. I guess it wasn't as hard a lick as we thought, but it still did a little bit of damage on that right front corner. Up here live. We got a little bit of rear spoiler damage, so that could start affect the handling of that car today. Might not be a whole lot. It looks like it's a little messed up, but all that has to deal with the downforce and the handling of this car. And he could be struggling with that a little bit. All right, Brian Herring's still running in second. 18 seconds behind the leader and closing. Our leader's starting to drop off just a little bit. Maybe might be dealing with some old tires on that car. Could be affecting the handling of that car. Could be fast on the straightaways, but in the turns it seems like he... Oh, and he is way off of the track that time coming into turn one. And boy, I'll tell you what, that's just the kind of mistakes right there that Brian Herring needs to capitalize on this to win the race overall. Now 13 seconds, he's closed up. He closed right up there about 5 seconds. Brian really trying to hit his marks perfectly now. Getting up here to Burt. Burt could be struggling with some old tires right now. Probably would just really love to have some brand new tires on that thing. Only been on pit road once today, and I doubt we'll see him on pit road again. Brian really right behind him, 5.2 seconds behind our leader. I'd say Burt really struggling with some handling issues right now. Brian can smell that overall victory in the air right now as he's closed up to within 3 seconds of our leader. Look at this. .9 seconds, 2.8 seconds, 2.7 seconds. Man, oh man, is he closing up on our leader. Now right behind the leader and gonna take over the lead. Brian Herring for the lead. Look at this. First time he's led today, getting that thing out front in the McLaren as he passes up Burt Behrens for the top spot. I know it's only a class race, but overall here, Brian Herring taking the lead. Reeled him in just in the last couple laps, has reeled him in from way back, like 15 seconds, 18 seconds behind him, and has reeled him in and passed him. And now Burt quite a ways back behind our leader, using every bit of the turns that he can to try to maintain. Now running about 8 seconds behind our new leader, Brian Herring. There's our brand new leader out front, Brian Herring. First time he's led today, and man, doing an amazing job of driving. Man, what a driver. Like I said, one of the premier drivers here in the league, and he is showing his dominance here today. Taking a wide swing around. That does negotiate it with a little bit of damage on that car. Doesn't seem to be affecting him a whole lot. He's still hanging in there, 79 seconds behind the leader. Last one on the lead lap, first in his class in the Cadillac. Let's go back through the field here because we're getting down to the wire. Dog still running in fourth. Couple laps down, but having a great day. Second in his class. There's only two in the class. Burt Behrens first in the class, running in second overall, and Dog in fourth. Jimmy Eifling having a super great day out here too, running fifth, second in his class in the Cadillac. Norberg now in sixth. Kevin Smith in seventh. Jeremy Smith in eighth. Jeremy running really good early, and now he's falling back quite a ways. Layla Wilson off. Okay. Get a lot of sparks coming off the back of Jeremy's car there. Could have some undercarriage damage. We'll ride along with him for a minute or two here, and you can see sparks coming off of that every now and then. He has definitely got a handful in that car. Not sure if we'll see any sparks coming off of Kevin's. He seems to be pretty smooth out here. Yeah, I don't see no sparks coming off of Kevin's car. But we'll go back and watch Jeremy here real quick as he's getting ready to go up onto the track too. And that's where we really noticed the sparks. Seems like when he hits the brakes, it drags a little bit, but I noticed it a lot when he gets down here on the track. He hits some bumps on the track, and the sparks are flying off that thing like crazy. Right down here eye level, as you can see the sparks flying off that thing. So he is definitely dragging something on that track, and it seems like in the turn, so could be something on the front of that car that is hitting really hard, causing them sparks to fly off of it. Okay, let's get up to our leader, Brian Herring, up front, powering this McLaren around here. First time he's led today, has led just a handful of laps so far, coming down to the 5-minute mark here. And he's going to lead 4 laps as he crossed the line. 4 laps he's led. Burt Barron's running in second now, has led 43 laps today, but he is 14.5 seconds behind our leader now. He's only about 25 seconds ahead of third place, John Ulmer in the Cadillac. John's been the leader of his class today in the Cadillac pretty much all race long. He's got a little bit of damage on the front of the car. He did hit the wall there. He got caught by Layla Wilson, I believe. They didn't communicate or what. I don't know what the deal was. I'm not calling anybody out or saying anything bad. I'm just saying that maybe they didn't communicate their intentions there of a good clean pass. And because we usually don't see things like that happen out here in Dogs of Endurance. But they did get tangled up together and sent John Ulmer into the wall. But he's been maintaining about 40 seconds behind the leader pretty much the whole race. So him and Brian Herring pretty much running about almost equal times. Let's check it out here real quick before we do get down to the last couple minutes of the race here. Last lap he ran a 1:46, and let's see what Brian Herring ran. Brian Herring ran a 1:47, so obviously John Ulmer is a lot faster. 1:45.9 that time. I don't know, 1:59 that time. Man, that cost him a ton of time on the track. I would say Bert out there probably on tires that are about ready to blow up. There's just nothing left to him. He would probably really love to come down pit road, but if this close in the game here, doesn't want to chance that. He's still running top of his class in the HPD, running actually a little bit. How did Dog get back on the lead lap? Wow, I don't know how that happened. Dog back on the lead lap. Oh, looked like maybe Brian Herring may have pitted. That could be it. Brian Herring, I believe, pitted. He's really not that far behind Dog right now, but they're coming down to the last couple of minutes of this race here, folks. So I'm going to stay right on our leader right now in case something major happens and bring this thing to the finish. Brian Herring leading, started second in the race and leading the race over Bert Behrens. Bert Behrens led pretty much the whole race, but has been struggling here just in the last few laps with some handling. I don't know if his tires have gone away or what the deal is. Just struggling along trying to get second out of this, but I'll tell you what, I don't know if there's going to be enough time because 1 minute and 20 seconds left, and John Ulmer is closing really, really fast on him. Only 5.5 seconds behind him and closing. So John Ulmer could get second place out of this if he can drive it in here good. Bert Behrens could go back to third overall. This could be the race, the challenge of the race right here for second place, but they're in the last minute of the race, so we're going to see our leader going to be getting the white flag. And he does get passed up. So John Ulmer rolls into second in the Cadillac, that damaged Cadillac. Bert Behrens off the pace. He is way off of the pace now. Let's watch our leader here, because he's going to be getting the white flag this time, I believe. He does. White flag is in the air. Last lap of this race. Brian Herring going to win it overall, top of his class in the McLaren. So the McLaren showing the way here today, showing the power. Man, this has been an awesome race. Glad y'all could tune in here on a Sunday to watch this with us. This has been just absolutely great to watch. Just a few more turns here, and Brian going to bring this thing home for the win. Upset of the day, though, Bert Behrens. We'll get a chance to talk with him after the race, but the upset of the day, Bert Behrens going back to third. Brian Herring, man, what a driver. I'm telling you what, Brian has just, man, he has drove his heart out here today. I don't see any dents, bang, bumps, bruises, or anything on that car. Probably another race that he will finish with no incidents today, so this is great for him. I know we haven't given the cars in the back of the field a lot of time just as of late. But our winner coming across the line, Brian Herring, bringing it to the finish. Great job by Brian. Congratulations to our winner, Brian Herring, winning here at Daytona International Road. Great job, Brian. All right, we will try to get down there and get a chance to get a word in with him in just a minute. So stay with us, folks. We'll get Brian down here to talk with us. Brian Herring, this is Rudy in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Rudy, how are you?
Brian, what a show you put on today, brother. You hung in there, stayed up in second pretty much the whole day. You won the overall part of the race, but top of your class, never looked back all day. Tell us about your racing out there.
It was good out there. I had been qualifying well all week. Too bad Kevin couldn't make it. He was really fast today, and my whole goal was just to stay out there, stay clean, not get into any trouble. And unfortunately, Bert had a problem. If he won it, he would have definitely come home first place, but really satisfied with the drive today.
Well, it looked like a lot of fun. Yeah, he was definitely the class of the field, and I don't know what happened to Bert, but hopefully we get a chance to talk to him after the race. You know, you were out there driving the McLaren today. How did that car feel for you? Because it seemed so fast in the turns compared to Bert, but he would pull away from you on the straight stretches.
Oh yeah, the Cadillac and the Cadillac Star Mazda and the HPD are faster in a straight line on this. I just have a lot of advantage on the infield. I tried all cars this week, but this is the one I just felt really comfortable in. So just took this one out, knew where I was fast, which was the infield, and knew where I was going to lose a lot, which was out in the banking. So just tried to play to my strengths. Didn't play a fuel game today, just went as fast as I could, and it seemed to work.
Well, great race out there, and again, congratulations, Brian. Man, what a race. You put on one heck of a show up there in the front. Stayed with it and stayed out of trouble, kept that car clean all day. How many incidents did you get today?
Wound up today with a perfect race. Didn't hit anyone, didn't hit anything, no off tracks. So that was my real goal, but it just happened near the end of the race. I had a shot for first overall, so I just kept pushing.
Oh, man, well, that was great. Great job. Congratulations to you, Brian. You got anybody you want to say hello to out there?
I just want to thank my family once again for letting me do this, because if they didn't, I wouldn't be doing anything. And you guys for actually televising this, and then, of course, to Michelle for hosting all of this and putting up all the sessions. He does a really great job.
All right. Well, thanks for talking with us, Brian. All right, I'm going to have to see if I can get a hold of John Ulmer on track if he hasn't left yet. Well, let's see if we can get down here and get a word in with him.
Good job.
John Ulmer, this is Rudy Cummings in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
John, you come in top of your class. Great job in that Cadillac, man. I don't know what happened to Brett. We'll get to talk with him in a minute here, but lucky for him, or lucky for you, I should say, that he had a little trouble. Not sure what it was, but you brought it home second place overall. Top of your class. Great run today. Man, that was super to see a Cadillac up in the front.
Thanks. It was good to be up there. I had to kind of nurse it home at the end. I coasted on fumes because I didn't use very good pitch strategy, I guess.
Well, it must have worked out for you. At least you made it and brought it home second place today. Tell us about your race out there today. How was it in that Cadillac?
Well, the Cadillac's an absolute beast. It's fast. It's on the edge of its grip all the time. It's got a lot of body roll, so you have to really be careful coming down into turn one. So luckily, everybody gives you a little bit of room. I think they see you coming, so they don't jam you too much when you're down there because they know that you're fighting the back of that car the whole time.
Well, it looked like a lot of fun, and I love the sound of them Cadillacs. They just sound like a beast out there on the track, and it's just awesome, to hear them things rolling around the track. But congratulations on your second place overall, top of your class today in the Cadillac. Just a really, really, really good race, and congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Anybody out there you want to say hello to or give a thank you to?
Yeah, it's my wife Jamie and my daughter JC for being in my cheer section and watching the race live the whole time. They helped me to push a little bit harder and try to run a little bit faster.
All right, buddy. Well, good job out there today. Congratulations coming home second overall, top of your class. Great race, and thanks for talking with us.
Thank you, Rudy. See you next week.
Okay, let's see if we can get somebody else down here to talk to. Let's get Bert Behrens down here. Oh, he left. What? Why did he leave? Well, let's get Jimmy Eifling down here. Jimmy finishing. Hey, Jimmy, this is Rudy in the booth. You got a copy? Jimmy Eifling, this is Rudy in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Jimmy. Hey, great run out there today, buddy. You brought it home in 5th overall and second in your class. So great run today. Tell us about your racing out there.
Well, John was about 3 seconds a lap faster than me. I had some issues in practice. I couldn't get my brake balance to comfortable. I don't know what happened versus last night, but I was locking the brakes up, and so in practice he was about 3 or 4 seconds faster than me, and pretty much in the race, I didn't even push it, and I was adjusting the brake bias the whole race, couldn't ever get comfortable with it, but I saw in the first pit stop I could run about 3 laps further than he did on a tank of fuel, so I just started looking at strategy for the end of the race. And if we'd had another 5 minutes left in the race, I would have made my lap up and beat him, because I was good to go on fuel. On my second stop, I didn't take tires. I just took enough fuel to get to the end, and he was running out of gas at the start-finish line. So if we'd had about another 5 or 10 minutes, I'd have got my lap back and might have beat him. So it was a good race. So I'm just glad I got to the end.
Well, it looked like a lot of fun out there, Jimmy, and I was watching you quite a bit during the race, and, man, you were really running well. I mean, it looked like that Cadillac was hooked up, and, man. It looked like...
It'll fly on the straightaways.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty fast. So, all right, well, Jimmy, thanks for talking with us, and again, congratulations. 5th overall, second in your class. That's a pretty good finish. Nothing to be ashamed of that finish, man. That was great racing out there today to watch you. And you want to give a shout out to anybody?
Just Michelle and all the regulars here who ran today. Everybody ran a clean race, so that was really great of everybody. It's a little nerve-wracking coming up on some of the slower cars sometimes when you're in a car that's a little loose itself. And I always thank my painter, Brian Stromquist, for the paint job on the car. He always does a great job for me.
Absolutely. Okay, Jimmy. Well, congratulations again, buddy, and thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll head up there and see if we can get a word in with some of these other guys. Kevin Smith. Let's see. Let's go with. We'll go down the line here real quick. Kevin finished first. Kevin Smith. This is Rudy in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Kevin, you beat Jeremy out there. Not by a whole lot, but you beat him. Tell us about your racing today.
It was just hang on, basically, is what you do, and it was tough because these things don't race real nice side by side, and so we'd get right up next to each other, and then you miss a breaking point by just a second or something, you're off the track. The wind was howling, and it was a lot of fun. It was just you had to hang on.
Well, SK Modified, not a good one for turning right on some of these turns. The weight distribution, we talked about that, and we talked about the camber on the rear end can't adjust that. But overall, how did the car react on left-hand turns?
It was great. Yeah, it reacted a whole lot better. I mean, I could take left-hand turns almost as fast as the Star Mazdas, and in some cases those faster classes.
Well, it looked like it. You know, I could tell in some of the turns, man, you just go right around them left-hand turns. Right-hand turns was, I think it was Jeremy before the race said that it's like Tokyo Drift out there on Daytona Road tonight.
Yeah, that's for sure. And you got to stay away from the brake and the throttle and the corners, because the back end is just so heavy that it'll just spin you so fast if you're not careful.
Yeah, okay. Well, great job out there anyhow, Kevin. You come home top of your class tonight. It's 7th place overall, so pretty good finish. You got to be proud of that, top of your class.
Yeah, definitely. I was just glad that I was able to finish. I mean, in practice all week I've been wrecking out, and just trying to keep these things off the wall is the main goal.
Yeah. All right, well, thanks for talking with us, and again, congratulations, Kevin. You want to give a shout-out to anybody?
Just Leela and my brother for racing hard and sticking with it, even though these things are a handful, and definitely Michelle for hosting this every single race. Every week he puts on a great show.
All right, Kevin, good job. Jeremy, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Jeremy, you let your brother beat you. What happened there, bro?
And it all comes down to the personal mistakes that we make. As you can see, the times aren't that different. A few tenths here, a few tenths there, but you cut a corner, you get a slowdown, and you let them go by. But these SKs are definitely a handful, and as you could tell, we were battling the wheels. Every turn we were making left-hand and right-hand turns. It didn't matter.
Right. Well, you come in second in your class, 8th overall. Pretty good race. I was watching you guys battling there for quite a while. You and your brother, man, that looked like a lot of fun. Back and forth, you in the lead, and then he'd be up in the lead, and then you back in the lead. It looked like a lot of fun out there today. But you got to say, great racing. By you two, putting on a heck of a show. The first part of that race was just absolutely amazing with you two battling each other like that. So great job up there. And you want to give a shout out to anybody or say hello to anybody?
My brother, definitely. He's one of the reasons I show up to these races, because we get to race so hard and we're competitive by nature because we're twins. Definitely Michelle for putting these things on. 90 minutes is definitely an endurance race, and you can feel it afterwards, but it's super fun while we're doing it. And for you as well for coming in and doing such a great job with announcing.
Well, thank you, sir. But, Michelle puts these on, and he does this with the 90-minute race. Did you run last night in the 2.5-hour race?
Yeah, and I got to talk to you a little bit beforehand about the 29 incidences.
Yeah.
This SK, it's a testament, man. You get so frustrated with it sometimes, but it's a really fun car to drive. The 2.5-hour or the 155-minute race was definitely something that you have to prepare for. You can't just turn one of the practices. You can't just show up for one of those and then be able to race the 155-minute race.
Right, yeah. You definitely want to get your drinks, with you, and get your bathroom breaks out of the way, your smoke breaks, whatever you got to have. Get everything out of the way and get ready to sit down there for 2.5 hours. That's quite a long race. I know we'll talk to Dog here in a minute, but they've been talking about doing a 5-hour race, and that'd be twice as much as you ran last night. So if you had 29 incidents last night, just think about twice that much. But anyhow, great race today, Jeremy. Congratulations. You're coming home second in your class and 8th overall. Good job. And you want to give any special hellos out to anybody?
Kevin let me win yesterday, so I guess I got to give him the special shout out, and so I guess I let him win today.
All right. Okay. Well, thanks for talking with us there, Jeremy, and great race today. Dog, you got a copy?
As always.
All right. Well, you ran exceptionally well today. I was very proud of you. How did that HPD feel out there?
With the winds and the colder temperatures that we had today, it wasn't running as good as I was hoping. I did some changes and it was running great in a practice the other day, but today it was just a lot greasier than normal, and I got a couple instances where I spun out there, and I think I collected about 8, 9 incidents altogether there, which was six in the entire event, and I'm kind of disappointed with that, considering that's 6 in a 90-minute event, and I did last night in the SK mod in the 2.5 hour, and I only had, I think about the same amount of incidents, but double the length of race in a much harder car. So
yeah,
kind of disappointed with that, but I was also trying to play around with something because we've changed formats for this race to a 2 pit stop thing. But based on your fuel strategy, if you conserve fuel throughout the race, you can actually do it in 1 pit. But if you don't conserve fuel, you still have to make the 2 pits. I wanted to see if I could conserve enough fuel, and I actually did make that entire race on 1 pit stop versus quite a few of the other guys needed 2 just to make it. And some of them even really misjudged their second pit stop fuel amount and ended up having to do a 3rd.
Well, 4th overall, 2nd in your class. I'm proud of you, bro. You ran a heck of a race out there today. You kept that thing up there in 4th pretty much all day long. You were up to 2nd one time. I was seeing that, and drifted back a little bit, got past, and I think that might have been when you got off track. So,
in all the practices this week, Brian in that McLaren is faster than me every practice. So I figured, you know what, instead of holding him back, I'm just going to let him by. And Bert had a really good setup going on. He had a low downforce setup, whereas I was on a medium downforce. So he had me on the outer ring anyways. I knew I was going to come into 3rd regardless. It was my own screw-up that I let another one of the Cadillac guys by just because I hit the dirt and spun, so not much I can do about that. It's racing, it happens. So,
all right.
Overall position, I was happy. The race in general was pretty good. I didn't hear about anybody crashing into any other. Looked good from at least where I saw it.
Yep.
It was a good run.
The only thing that I seen was I don't know if there may have been a miscommunication or something there, but Layla got together with Michael Denton, was it? No, John.
Yeah, it might have been
John Ulmer. John Ulmer.
Oh.
Yeah, they got together, and John spun and hit the wall, but it didn't really do a lot of damage to his car, just a little bit on the right front corner there, and it didn't seem to affect the handling of his car in any way. But hold on one second.
Yeah, the Cadillacs are pretty good. Cadillacs are pretty good tanks. As long as you don't hit right square in the middle of the front,
yeah,
it'll go on as if nothing happened.
Yeah.
If you just get it on the front corners, it's good.
Yep. Well, we didn't get to talk. I got to talk with him on the track a little bit. I kind of wanted to talk to Burt Behrens, but he left, and I wanted to ask him what happened to his car. Did anybody hear what happened to his car?
Was it damaged or anything, or?
Well, no, but he led 43 laps of the race, and all of a sudden he got passed up by 2 guys that were faster than him.
Yeah, he coming out onto the oval, he clipped the wall and ended up losing about 30 to 40 kilometers per hour on the outside, and it was no front arrow anymore at that point in time. But he figured it was stable enough that he could finish off the race without having to pit again, since he had enough fuel to. So he figured he'd just run it out instead of going in and possibly having 5-10 minutes of repairs.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Well, he had to take 3rd place. I kind of wanted to talk to him, but all right. Well, we're going to run over the results here real quick, Doug, and we'll get out of here. So give me just a few minutes here, and we'll run over everything. Brian Herring definitely winning the race here today in the McLaren. John Ulmer in the Cadillac, finishing 2nd, top of his class. 3rd place, Burt Behrens with the HPD, finishing top of his class, but having issues there. Dog in the HPD as well, finishing 4th. Great job by all them guys right there. Jimmy Eifling finishing 5th. He was in the Cadillac. Albin Norberg finishing 6th in the McLaren. Great run by him today, coming from way back in the field, didn't qualify, and finishing in the 6th spot. Kevin Smith, the first one in the SK Modifieds, top of his class today, finishing 7th. Jeremy Smith finishing 8th in the SK Modifieds as well. Layla Wilson 9th in the SK Modifieds, 3rd in her class. Michael Denton finishing 10th. Way back, he had some trouble with his car. Got a lot of damage on it and had to sit in pit road there and get it fixed up. Took it behind pit wall, just possibly too much damage, but he was 3rd in his class in the Cadillac. And taking up the rear of the field was 11th, was the only Star Mazda out there today, Crusher. Just made a few laps and did not finish the race. So sorry to hear about that, Crusher. Good luck next time, brother. So,
yeah, Crusher had a weird thing where he had an incident, and for some reason during the tow he ended up having to, like, iRacing quit on him and he had to come back. And when he came back in, it wouldn't do any of the repairs. Tried exiting the pits, coming back, wouldn't repair. And it had irreparable damage that, like, it wasn't safe to drive, but it would not repair. So that's what happened with him.
Well, that's some glitches that we have every now and then that it's unfortunate, and I feel bad for the guys, but you know, that's iRacing for you, and nothing we can do about it.
Exactly.
So, all right, Dog. Well, that's going to wrap it up here for today. Thanks for joining us here, watching the Dogs of Endurance race, 90-minute race, and congratulations to our winner, overall winner, Brian Herring. Good job. And thanks for tuning in here at MaxSpeedTV, and we will see you tomorrow night.